Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the beautiful Milwaukee Mile. It's BFP night in North America. Jesse Thompson up here in the booth with you here tonight. It's great to be back at the racetrack on a beautiful Tuesday evening. We're ready to try and qualify for the Cheese Curd Classic. It's going to be a 50-lap main event. Going to be very, very exciting. The iLate Model Stock Car Tour ready to roll off, and before we do, we want to thank tonight's sponsor, the fine folks at Wiscasset Speedway. They've got the Coastal 200 coming up here in just a little bit. It'll be $10,000 to win for the late model sportsman race cars. So you're going to want to check that out. Find them on Facebook, find their website. Vanessa and Richard Jordan have put a lot of effort into that event. We've got an event of our own. We're ready to qualify with heat race number 1 for the Cheese Curd Classic. Of course, this is the BFPI Late Model Stock Car Tour. And full field of race cars here tonight, ready to roll off in just a few moments' time as they make their way down the backstretch, putting some heat in the Hoosier race cars, or the race tires, rather. And these drivers, very, very excited. Milwaukee, a very tricky racetrack. A lot of cars finding issue with corner entry, finding issue with how to get around this racetrack. But we're going to find out here in just a moment. Down the front stretch, one more time. Green flag in the air. We are racing. Green flag in the air, they roll off into turn number 1. Brian Narducci out to the lead. Bach and Brennan second and third at the moment. And like we saw at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway earlier in the year for the New Hampshire 50, the draft is going to play a factor here tonight. We got one around. Oh, good save there for the Jack Daniels car. For the 14, Angel Waregi, able to save it. He's going to hold on and try and defend the position into turn number 1. Late entry for Trudeau in the 81 car. Sticks to the rear quarter panel, and he's going to lose a little bit of ground. It's a car length now. All over the back of Mike Christopher Jr. Good to see the driver of the 82 car here with us tonight, a regular at the Stafford Motor Speedway. Narducci and Bach out front, though, are gone. These drivers want to lock themselves in. They want to get away from the rest of the nonsense in this field. It'll be a 8-lap qualifying heat race. So glad to have everybody tuned in here as we approach the halfway point of heat race number 1. Mike Christopher Jr., the SK star, running some tour races, running some open shows for Tommy Baldwin, driver number 82 tonight, trading in the open fenders for some fenders with the iLate Model Stock Car Tour. And it's good to see him looking to make his way into the big dance here tonight, the Cheese Curd Classic. So it's Bach and Narducci, your top 2 at the moment. Christopher, Trudeau, Brennan, and Brewster, your top 6. They are so far locked into the show. Narducci, though, he gets a little bit of a draft out front, and he is trying to close the gap. Can't make it happen. Gets a good run in the bottom groove, way on the bottom groove of the racetrack. Qualifying at the Milwaukee Mile, so essential here. And as we were mentioning before, the draft playing a big, big factor here. And those two battling up front, Bach and Narducci, that is allowing Mike Christopher Jr. to close in. Past the halfway point of this one, just a handful of laps left to go. Heat race number 1 for the Cheese Curd Classic is underway. The top 3 have broken away. The rest of the field has distanced themselves from one another, so a little bit of a gap between 4th, 5th, and 6th. But up front, it's a 3-horse race. Trying to qualify for that all-important 11th position. Narducci's going to go around. Christopher is going to take the lead off turn number 4. I believe this is the final lap. We stay green in this one. Christopher trying to defend a heavy block down the backstretch. He'll head into turn number 3. It's a car between himself and Bach. Down the front stretch one final time. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Christopher in the 82, Bach in the 29. Bach's going to close right to the back bumper. These two duking it out, wheel to wheel, bumper to bumper. Christopher down to the inside, throws the heavy block down into 3. Will that open the door for Bach? Don't know if it's going to be enough. The sun drops Chevy. He may have to settle for second. He will do so. Mike Christopher Jr. going to win heat race number 1. So it's Mike Christopher Jr. Bach comes home second. Trudeau comes home in third. I believe that was Brennan in the 4th spot. Waregi, Justin Gayu making the field as well. Want to say hello to everybody tuning in. Scott with 1T Fowler checking in tonight, cheering on his buddy Charlie Sanborn. So glad to have Scott in the comments tonight as we get ready to roll off with heat race number 2 for the Cheese Curd Classic here at the Milwaukee Mile. Just a couple of races left to go. We're at New Smyrna in 1 week's time, and of course the final event, the finale at the Five Flag Speedway. How about a multi-time limited champion, Chris Smith, tuned in as well. Thanks for stopping by, Chris. Glad to have you tuned in here at BFP Night in North America. Drivers begin to fire off for heat race number 2. We'll get a starting lineup here in just a few moments. But it looks like Rick Thompson Jr., I believe, is on the pole for this one. I know I saw Charlie Sanborn, the 69 Pontiac. He's made his way out onto the racetrack, looking to make the race once again. Reagan Parent I see out there as well in the 17 car. It's a long way back from the front stretch here from the announcer's booth. We'll have a look here in just a few moments to see who else is in this field. Going to be a good show. I believe we're taking the top 6 once again out of this heat race, as we've been doing all season long. Off turn number 4 one more time. The pace car going to make the late exit off the racetrack into the pit area. Green flag back in the air. We are racing. Thompson with a good run in the 70 car. He's able to hold on to the top spot. Sanborn a little loose in the top groove. Thomas in the 3, Messer in the 27. Ryan Messer joining us here tonight. Messer's coming off a big win with Super Late Model Series up north. He's looking to take his skills virtually to the Milwaukee Mile, see if he can put himself in victory lane. He'll be a driver to watch here tonight. Good battle a little further back. Roger Saucier, Reagan Parent, and Charlie Sanborn battling for position. Scott Dinnan there in the 95 as well. Dinnan usually doing a little bit of race control. Tonight, he's sliding in behind the wheel. He wants to make the big dance. Parent going to go side by side with Curtis. The second generation driver slides to the inside. Curtis looking back underneath in the 57 car. Nothing doing that time. Reagan Parent's going to hold on to the spot. Out front, it's all Out front, it's all Rick Thompson in the 20. Ryan Messer in the 27. Messer is a hot shoe with late model race cars. The kid's won a championship in just about everything he's driven. He wants to win a BFP night in North America main event. Thomas there in the 3 car. He's having a solid run there. Single file all around the Milwaukee Mile. Messer putting on a little bit of pressure. Curtis putting some pressure on the 17 of Reggie Parrott there. Parrott's able to drive away a little bit. The 69 of Charlie Sanborn making some moves. Sanborn's had a little bit of bad luck this year, but lately he's been on a bit of a good streak. And the Scarborough driver wants to make the big show. He's just going to have to hold on for the back half of this heat race, and he will do so. Top 4 breaking away. Roger Saucier picks up a position on Curtis. Curtis is dropping back a little bit. Scott Dinnan there as well in the 95. The dirt late model star kind of biding his time and seeing if he can make anything happen in the late stages of this heat race. He'll make his way to the bottom of the racetrack. Dinnan going to pick up a position. Keeping an eye on Sanborn there as well. Keeping his nose clean. This 69. Nothing to worry about at the moment. Sanborn wants to put his Pontiac in the big dance. Coming up on the final lap of this one, a lap and a half left to go. It's all Rick Thompson Jr., the Oxford Plains regular. 1 lap to go in heat race number 2, and he will try to hold on and park his number 70 in victory lane. Messer, though, making a late charge up front. We'll see if we can head up to the battle in front of this field. It is heating up. Thompson and Messer. Messer making the move in the bottom of the racetrack, side by side, photo finish coming to the line. It's going to be Thompson. Messer holds on. He's in the wall. Thompson's in the wall. And it looks like Reggie Parrott may have thrown this qualifying position away. Oh my goodness. So it looks like we're having a little bit of an updated format here. No last chance qualifier, so I believe everybody's making the show. So my mistake on that one. Good to see Jen Vedant tuning in as well. Cheering on Rick Thompson. Race fans, it's time already for the big show. Looking to start a record of a full race program in under an hour. We're going to find out here. But it's the Cheese Curd Classic 29 late model stock race cars. The iLate Model Stock Car Tour. Doing battle here in Wisconsin. So Ryan Kuhn in the 72. He'll pull off to the bottom of the racetrack. I believe he is going to start shotgun on the grid. I believe Casey Biotti is there as well in the 45. Yes, he is. Biotti told me he wasn't going to start this main event, but looks like that wasn't quite the truth. So we are in for a show, ladies and gentlemen. So all previous winners in this series have started or are starting at the rear of the field. So that will include Ryan Borges and John Peters. Your pole sitter tonight is Davey Riendo. The 52 alongside him will be Jake Matheson. So that'll be your front row for the Cheese Curd Classic. Adam Jocelyn, Clemens, Leon, Jake Grout, Austin Beers, a winner on the Whalen Modified Tour this season. He'll start inside the top 10. Mike Christopher Jr., Rick Thompson Jr. starting inside the top 10. Off turn number 4 this time, the Cheese Curd Classic is underway. We've got cars wrecking already down in turn number 1. Cars with heavy damage. Caution coming out immediately. So caution out on lap number 1 here tonight. This is a big racetrack, but not a lot of room to avoid these incidents. Looks like Ryan Kuhn is involved in this one as well, so tough break for the 72 car. We'll have a look here with our replay provided by Fence Line Films. Looks like the 31, everybody gets a little bit jacked up there coming to the start. Ando and Matheson on the front row. Everybody gets a little jacked up. Oh, looks like might have been Warecki there getting into the back of the 31 car of Brennan. So a bad break on the initial start for a couple of mid-pack drivers. Not the way they wanted to see their Cheese Curd Classic get underway. Roger Saucier, he gets a little bit airborne. Oh, I believe that was Mike Christopher Jr. ending up in the wall in the 82 car. So caution flag is out here at the Milwaukee Mile. Want to send out another thanks to the folks at Wiscasset Speedway coming on board once again to sponsor tonight's BFP night in North America. They've got the Coastal 200, and if you've never seen the Coastal 200, it's the biggest late model sportsman race in New England. You're going to want to be there in a week or so. They have got probably the best racing program in New England, and you're going to want to be a part of that. It's the Coastal 200 for late model sportsman race cars. So the 14 of Warecki makes his way back onto the racetrack. And up front, your leader is Davey Riendeau, Jake Matheson, Adam Jocelyn, Charlie Sanborn, and Bach in the 29. All within the top 5 at the moment. Jake Grout, Rick Thompson Jr., Austin Beers, Ryan Messer, Thomas, rounding out your top 10 in car number 3. Drivers have been given the 1-to-go signal. Here at the Milwaukee Mile, we're going to send them off one more time, looking for some green flag running. Some heavy hitters starting near the rear of this field after that first lap, first straightaway incident. So we'll find out here. It's a GT World Challenge Pit Crew regular on the American Canadian Tour, and a Pass North Super Late Model star in the front row. Green flag in the air, and we are racing. Matheson puts a little bit of a block on the 83 of Jocelyn. Jocelyn, a karting regular, but running regular with us here at the BFP Night in North America, the iLate Model Stock Car Tour. Off turn number 4, Matheson's going to get a run. He'll try to get the draft down the front stretch, and Riendeau in the 70 car will continue to hold on, but for how much longer? It's Matheson closing in car number 52, the BFP sponsored entry. One of the many BFP cars in the field here tonight. The top 2 have pulled away from the rest of the field. Jocelyn in the 83 now under heavy fire from Bach in the 29. A little further back, Charlie Sanborn in a good battle with the 27, Ryan Messer. Messer putting the pressure on Sanborn. And the Canadian looks to the inside. And here comes Charlie Sanborn to the outside now. They'll duke it out as they head down the backstretch. Bottom groove now really working for the 27 car. He'll pick up a position on Sanborn. Here comes Rick Thompson. Thompson gonna get the block from Sanborn. He'll have to hold on to the position. A couple of former winners in behind, Borges and Casey Beati in the 45 working their way forward. They're knocking on the door of the top 10. Thomas there in the 3 car as well. We got one around in behind them. That's going to stack a couple of cars up. Will this bring out the caution? It will. Caution flag comes back out. About 9 laps into this 50-lap main event. It's a long way for late model stock race cars. We'll check out the replay here presented by Fenceline Films. And I believe, if we can check here, that it was... Oh, the 81 car gets into the back. The 67, 28 involved. And everybody finds the wall, unfortunately. Caution flag back out. Clemens in the 67, you think back to the Guardrail Memorial at Stafford, he had a fantastic run going, had some heavy contact with said guardrail, and was not able to finish that one out the way he would have wanted. Looks like race control determining we're going 1 lap left to green. So the caution out for the second time. Driver's now going to get doubled up. Kuhn and Beati there, they're going to start near one another. Mike Christopher Jr. in the 82 car. He's run some modified races this season, had some success. He's run indoor races, TQ midgets. Now stepping into a late model stock race car at the Milwaukee Mile. Talked to a few drivers before this event started. A lot of them had never turned laps in Milwaukee. This is a new racetrack for a lot of these competitors, and you're seeing it here tonight, as a lot of them are just trying to find the limits of the bottom groove here. It's not like New Hampshire. There's no, progressive banking, as it were. The Milwaukee Mile, playing host to all different styles of racing, but if you want to make it work, you've got to stick to that bottom groove. Off turn number 4, one more time, green flag in the air. Randu getting the good jump there. Adam Jocelyn in the 83 car putting up a whale of a fight to the inside on Jake Matheson. Messer under Sanborn one more time. He'll try to bring Jake Grout with him. Grout and Sanborn have had a fair few number of run-ins this season. Borges to the inside. Borges thinking about making it 3 wide. 13 laps complete, 37 left to go. Sanborn going to get sent up the racetrack. Priority Express on the 69 car. He'll tag the wall. Is he going to be able to hold on to it? The toe may be knocked out of that race car. Keep an eye on the 69. He may be on his way backwards. Finding his teammate Scott Dinnan in his rear view mirror. Roger Saucier to his inside, so he will not like the move that was put on him. Borges, Beati, and Kuhn, the top 3 that we've seen all season long. Racing here at the Milwaukee Mile. proving there are no strangers to short track competition, working their way towards the front of the field. A lot of experience playing a factor here tonight. We talked about Mike Christopher. He's made his way up towards the front of the field in the 82 car. So he's picking off a few more positions. Gayu in the 43 car looks like heading to pit road. Tough break for him. As we got 34 laps left to go in the Cheese Curd Classic. Single file racing all around the Milwaukee Mile. As we continue to log laps. The one car of Leone. He leaves the door open. Saucier to his inside. They're able to clear one another down the backstretch. We got a good battle back up towards the front of the field. Austin Beers is on the move. He will now try to defend himself from Jake Matheson and Adam Jocelyn. Messer there in the 27. It's all Davey Riendo up front. This could be a career night for Riendo. Canadian Tour late model star works on DXDT Racing in the GT World Challenge. Tonight he wants to win. He wants to be the Cheese Curd Classic champion. And he's got about 30 or so laps left to do it. If he can hold on with car number 70. Beers not closing in the 12. He's made his way up to the runner-up spot. Matheson there in the 52 car. Here comes Ryan Messer now. He's got a challenge to his inside. It's Adam Jocelyn. Jocelyn gets to the door. Is he going to get any further? He will off turn number 4, side by side. It'll bring a train of Biotti, Kuhn, Borges, and a fair few others as they work their way towards the front of the field. Thomas there as well in the 3. Some lap traffic there. Riendo has gotten past the 57 car. Curtis in the 57, he is about 5 or 6 laps down at this point. The remainder of the podium racing hard in behind him. Curtis going to drop to the bottom groove. He'll do the gentleman thing. Boone, who's involved in a first lap incident, the 72 car, is now underneath of Adam Jocelyn. They'll run side by side. Your defending Pro All-Star Series Super Late Model Champion on the inside of Jocelyn. Mike Christopher there as well, the 82 car. This is a battle for the ages. What a good run we're seeing here tonight from some of the best in the United States of America and Canada. All converging here at the Milwaukee Mile. The Cheese Curd Classic, proving everybody's got what it takes to be up front here tonight. Down the backstretch, your top 8 or so have broken away from the remainder of the field. But they've all got to catch Davey Riendo. Closing in on the halfway point of this one. It has been all Davey's world here tonight. The driver of the 70 car has not looked back. He wants to see clean green flag running. We check an in-car view from him. Steady hands on the wheel. The late model stock driver just clipping the inside curb a little bit. That gives him the advantage. Off the turn, down the long front stretch. 23 laps complete as he hits the line. A little bit further back, Mike Christopher works over Casey Biotti in the 45. Biotti, a regular in the American Canadian Tour. Big fan of the White Mountain Motorsports Park. He knows how to play defense with these race cars. Up front, Jake Matheson has made the move. Austin Beer's going to have to relinquish the position. He decides no thank you, and the Richmond winner is going to try the crossover move. He'll shut the door on Ryan Kuhn. Kuhn has to back out of it. Austin Beer's in the 12 car, closing on the bumper of Matheson. These competitors running fierce here tonight. Do they have enough to work together and close in on car number 70? Riendu looking to become the 5th different winner we've had this season, or 6th different winner, I mean. Of course, Devin Landry joining Ryan Kuhn, Ryan Borges, Casey Biotti, and John Peters as winners this season. But we could have a 6th victor here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. Now into the back half of this one. Now drivers have to start showing what they've got. They've saved their equipment a little bit. If they haven't, well, that's a mistake they're going to have to live with. Mike Christopher to the inside. He'll make the pass on Biotti. Biotti going to try and close back in down the backstretch. One more time, the 45 car closes on Christopher. He gets to the bumper, but it's not close enough. A little bit of side draft happening here. Biotti jumps back in the line. The Connecticut driver holds onto it for the moment. On board with Ryan Kuhn now, the Massachusetts driver. In car number 72, all over Austin Beers in the 12 car. He closes in, he sticks to the bottom groove. He is catfishing around this racetrack. Don't know if it's enough. Don't know if it's going to be enough for him to get around him. He's going to make the dive into the corner this time. Beer's going to shut the door. Kuhn has to go to the extreme bottom side of the racetrack. Beers holds onto it for now, but Kuhn is getting a little anxious. He's getting a little tired of looking at the back bumper of the 12 car, especially the back bumper of that 52 car. He knows his fellow past super late model competitor is one to watch here tonight, and he wants to be the top dog. Kuhn closes back to the back bumper. Running the RKM Speed Shop colors, the RKM Setup Shop colors rather, on the 72. Beers in the 12, trading big modified tires for smaller late model stock tires. And seeing what they can do here at the Milwaukee Mile. This is the battle on the racetrack. 21 laps left to go. Kuhn with the dive. Kuhn gets to the bottom side of Beers. Beers in the 12 car. He'll have to relinquish the position, but he'll try the side draft down the backstretch. Closing in. Don't know if it's going to be enough. He'll have to fall back into line. Not the way Beers wanted to lose that position. He falls out of the podium. He'll try the bottom groove once again as they head down into turn number 1. Kuhn going to shut the door on him. Beers now going to put the move on him that was put on him a lap ago. And Kuhn now with a mirror full of the 12 car. We go on board with Austin Beers heading into turn number 3. What a drive through the middle of the corner for the 72 car. But Beers has a good exit. Does he have enough to make something happen? Less than 20 to go now. Look at the entry Ryan Kuhn has in the 72 car. He is working for it here tonight. The 72 is closing in on the 52 of Jake Matheson. Some have alluded to Kuhn as being the Ryan, or the Matt Hirschman of this series, coming from the back to the front, proving traffic is no issue. A little further back, we continue the battle with Christopher, the 45 of Casey Biotti, the 24 of Ryan Borges. Ryan Messer in behind with a solid run. He battles with Adam Jocelyn. Right to the bumper of Christopher now goes Borges in the 24. Borges trying the bottom on the 45 car. Up ahead, Ryan Kuhn, side by side with Jake Matheson. Dave Uriendo in the 70. He has been rock solid tonight. He has been the king in his castle, and that castle is here at the Milwaukee Mile. Kuhn now trading a little bit of vinyl with the 52 car. Matheson falls back into line. Kuhn in the 72 up to the runner-up spot. Does he have enough to close in and catch the top driver? Just over a second and a half gap. We got one car in the wall, down to the bottom of the racetrack. Is he going to make his way back to pit road? I believe he'll do so. Will stay green. Close call there. Waregi gets turned by the 52 of Matheson. Matheson ends up in the wall. Oh my goodness. Caution flag comes out. There's going to be some upset drivers at the end of this one. We'll check out the replay. Tom, the modified guy, checking things out for us, presented by Fence Line Films. So Kuhn sees Waregi. And Matheson nowhere to go. Look at the 12 of Austin Beers, though. Woo! Beers skates by. And that ends Matheson's night in the 52. Waregi probably going to feel the wrath a little bit of race control. Not sure if he was trying to get to pit road, but we'll see here. So back under caution once again. This is going to tighten things up. Leone goes around in the one car. So tangling a little bit with more lap traffic there. A couple lap cars. Maybe not playing too nice here tonight. Throw the caution flag out once again here at the Milwaukee Mile, and cars are coming to pit road. We've got pit stops here late in the going. Driver's going to take tires, going to take fuel, going to take whatever they need to steal away this win. This is going to be a whale of a finish. It's been all Davey Riendo. Now he's got some stiff competition here. Ryan Kuhn, Casey Biotti, Ryan Borges. Those three have been working their way through the field. We'll see who comes out on top here. So Kuhn comes in behind Riendu, right on the back bumper, making sure he doesn't lose any time to him. We'll see here. Kuhn may have only taken 2 tires on that one. Yes, he does. Biotti jumps up a couple of spots. So the top 2 that we've seen all season long continue on here tonight. Looks like green flag back in the air, and we are racing once again. We got one around in the back. Surely that driver will be able to keep going. We will stay green for the moment. Driver's getting a little bit of a defensive predisposition now behind the wheel. Beers playing some defense on Thomas. Sanborn slides up the racetrack. Messer to his inside. The battle continues on up front. Ryan Kuhn, Casey Beati, Davey Riendeau, the 24 of Ryan Borges, and Austin Beers, your top 5. Wide a little further back. Leone in the 1. He was spun at the incident of that caution. He spun a little bit after the fact, as it were. And he'll try to regain some positions now. He's got Roger Saucier in his windshield. And the 29 of Bach losing a position. One car almost down to the bottom of the racetrack. That's Mike Christopher. Christopher holds on to it. They continue to race 3 wide in behind him. Up front, we've got a battle for the lead. Beati and Kuhn going at it. Under 10 laps to go in the Cheese Curd Classic. Side-by-side battles continue on. Drivers getting a little bit single file here. Looking at the battle for the 11th spot at the moment, the 1 car. I believe Sanborn has fallen back quite a bit in the 69 car. And Kuhn continues to lead over Beati, Riendeau, the 24 of Borges, and Austin Beers, your top 5. Christopher makes the move on Leone. Bach in the 29 car going to do the same. Bach side by side with Leone, just outside the top 10. How about the 95 car? Scott Dinnan inside the top 10. Dinnan in the 9th spot, having a fantastic run. Up front, the leaders coming up on some lap traffic. The driver with the Jamie Wright colors in the 84. I believe he scored as a different number, but he is the 84 in our view. Kuhn with a 2-car length lead over Beati. Beati can't seem to close the gap in the 45. The 70 of Riendeau, he's using this opportunity to stay glued to the draft of the 45. This time by across the stripe, we will see 5 laps to go. 5 to go in the Cheese Curd Classic, and it's all Ryan Kuhn out front. Still got the same 1 to 2 car length lead over the 45 car. Beati, it's about 0.4 of a second. Hasn't closed up, hasn't really gained anything, just staying pretty steady now. 4 laps left to go for Ryan Kuhn. The 72 car crosses the line. He's been a 4-time winner this season, wants to make it 5 wins, coming from deep in this field to once again claim victory, but it's not over yet. Beati in the 45, Riendeau in the 70, your top 3. Borges wants to get back on the podium. He'll have to make something happen. We got a car smoking on the backstretch. That's one of the BFP colors. Charlie Sanborn. Looks like the motor has let go on that automobile. Riendeau to the extreme bottom side. 3 laps left to go. Is Beati going to give him the space? Riendeau to the inside, and the 70 car has decided it's get up and go time. He wants to be in the runner-up spot. He wants to challenge for the win. Borges going to follow through in the 24. The 57 of Curtis. He'll try to stay to the, makes his way to the bottom groove. Wow, that was a dicey move with the leaders coming up on his back bumper. The 57 stays out of the way. Borges now to the 3rd spot with sticks in the air. A lap and a half left to go in the Cheese Curd Classic. This time by, white flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Ryan Kuhn, the Bay State driver here at the Milwaukee Mile, coming from deep in this field, qualified up front, took the pole challenge, went to the back of this field, was involved in a wreck on the first lap of the race. Down the backstretch, one final time, the RKM Speed Shop number 72. He'll bring it into 3. He'll work his way through to turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air for the 5th time this season. Ryan Kuhn gonna win the Cheese Curd Classic. Riendo comes home 2nd, Borges 3rd, Biotti 4th, and Austin Beers, coming home in 5th. Beers and Biotti get together, coming across the line. And Jocelyn piles in, 1 car up into the fence. Oh, goodness. What a finish we have here tonight. For the 5th time this season, the BFP iLate Model Stock Car Tour victory goes to Ryan Kuhn. What a run from deep in this field. We will look to get our top 3 up into the booth, get some winners interviews with our drivers, as Kuhn's gonna celebrate the hard-fought win. Don't know if he knew at the halfway point of this race that he was gonna be in victory lane. Davey Riando had this race on a lock. A late race yellow comes out. Kuhn takes 2 tires from the looks of it, maybe even just fuel. And Kuhn finds his way to victory lane. We'll get him in here in just a moment. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. Want to thank the fine folks at Wiscasset Speedway for sponsoring tonight's event. The Coastal 200 coming up in a week or so. You're going to want to be a part of that. It's $10,000 to win, 200 green flag laps at the Wiscasset Speedway for the late model sportsman race cars. So we'll look to get driver number 72 up into the booth here. And it looks like he has just stepped in now. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the Cheese Curd Classic tonight, it's Ryan Kuhn. Ryan, from starting deep in the field on that one and being involved in an incident before he even got to the start-finish line, that was a hairy start to the race.
Yeah, it was a little hairy. It was fun all in all driving through the field. It's always fun being able to pass cars, and I'm glad we got that late race yellow. I actually think I had a little bit of rear end damage from an earlier restart, and I was lucky enough to get a yellow late and take another quick repair, and the rest was history.
So what was the key there on that late race restart, or late race caution, as it were? I mean, you came in behind Davey Riando. You knew he was going to be the car to beat at about the midpoint of that race, and somehow you ended up on top. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, I was able to get right side tires in the pits, and I hit my box. I told the guys, I said I hit my box absolutely perfect. That you can't get in the box better than I did. So, and the pit crew, the virtual pit crew, did the job and came out the leader, and it was really fun there the last couple laps trying to hold off Casey and Davey. It was really fun.
So who gets the thanks here tonight for the 72 crew?
First off, I wanna give Justin Brooks a shout out. He made this beautiful throwback paint scheme. Justin Brooks Designs. You guys should go check him out. He does some beautiful work. Everett's Auto Parts for the real life opportunities again. Bernier's Liquors, Modern Auto Body, RKM Setup Shop. All my guys back at RKM doing a great job and building as a group. Coastal Heritage Bank, 01 Designs, you guys in the booth, Studio 10 Wraps, Charlie and the boys putting this thing on. It's been one hell of a league, getting a lot of cars. Down on car count this week, but that's all right. We'll bounce back next week, get more cars.
So we got a couple of races left, New Smyrna and Five Flags. How's the 72 looking for a little bit of a couple weeks stay in Florida?
Well, I tell you what, I love Five Flags, but I absolutely despise New Smyrna. I do not like that place on the sim. It's just one of my worst tracks, but hopefully we can still come out on top there. But that place, you never know. It's so unpredictable.
Well, that's Ryan Kuhn, your winner of the Cheese Curd Classic here tonight. We'll talk to our second place finisher. I believe we still have him in the booth. Maybe not. We'll talk with Davey Riendo. Davey in the 70 car had this race on lock at the halfway point. Davey, what a run you had here tonight.
Yeah, it was going real well until until we got that late race yellow. Then I think I hopped out and changed my own tires because Kuhn smoked me on getting into the box. So, good on him. And then we restarted, I think, fifth, and I pulled the move 3 wide to the inside to get back up to third, and then got around Biotti at the end.
Yeah, great run for the 70 crew. You guys at the halfway point were, as we've mentioned, you were kind of the class of the field. You had this race on lock. What were the emotions going into that you were finally going to crack through to victory lane?
Oh, I was just kind of watching the relatives, seeing Jake starting to pick up on me a couple tenths here and there. Jake Matson had a real good run, and yeah, I mean, this track's just really hard to figure out for fall off. I haven't ran it in a couple of years, and hopping in it tonight. And I've been away from my rig, so I'll pull out any excuse I can get for this one.
So who gets the thanks here tonight? I know it's a busy effort for you with your real life racing. You've got a lot of different racing series and types of racing that you're involved in, but you get to come out here on Tuesday nights and race with us. Who gets the thanks here tonight?
Well, start off with thanking my my car owner George Georges and PA Motorsports, and we're looking to make our first ACT start at CConk June 3rd. So I'm real excited to do that and try and run up with the big boys over there. And like to thank OCD Detailing, McClure Design and Build, TMS Diesel, my race team, DXDT Racing. That's helping support my racing dreams on each side of the wall, whether it's pit crew or driving. They're really supportive. If I didn't have a good job like that, then I wouldn't be able to do both.
Well, it's a big effort here tonight. Glad to see you up in the top 3. We'll see you again next week at the High Banks in New Smyrna.
You got it. I'll be there. Thank you, guys.
Well, that's Davey Riendo, a podium finish here tonight. Fantastic run for the 70 car. We'll catch a couple of quick words with some other drivers in our top 5. We got Austin Beers here. Austin, glad to have you here with BFP Night in North America. You guys put on a whale of a show.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I've never ran these cars on the sim, but they're too stable because I tried to absolutely murder whoever was in 4th. Biotti coming to the line, I couldn't right rear him, so they're a little too stable for my liking.
Yeah, it must be different for you running, of course, Tour Modifieds. Your family's run Modifieds for a long time. You get to dabble into these virtual late model stocks. All in all, though, a fantastic night for you guys.
Yeah, it was fun. I'll definitely be back. Thanks to Tom, the Modify guy. He told me to hop on in here, and I finally got the chance to, and it was pretty fun. So thanks for you guys for broadcasting it, and Charlie and the boys for putting it on.
Well, that's Austin Beers here tonight, and we'll catch a final word with the 24, our winner from the Parking Lot Party 150. That's Ryan Borges. Borges, how was the car after, finding the outside wall there at the end of the race?
It was fine. I mean, I don't think I got it too much. I was just trying anything to try and get some sort of run and just kind of brushed it a couple times. But it's tough, man, trying to keep up with Kuhn. I mean, he's as fast as he is. He saves tires better than anybody else. So even taking 2 there with him and I think Casey and maybe one other car, I just really didn't have anything for him. So hats off to him. It was a fun race. Definitely got lucky on the initial start. I think there was a big pile up and got about 10 spots right away off the EOL. So that definitely put us forward. Definitely was a big track position race because we'd gotten up to like 5th or so. And I think I'd kind of slipped up one corner, and next thing you know, I'm like back 3 or 4 spots, and it took me probably 20 more laps of that green flag run just to get back to where I was. So, and Kuhn, of course, was like 2 seconds up on me at that point. So, didn't really have anything for the 72, as it is most nights for everybody. But it was a fun race. Glad to come out in third. Didn't really get any incidents. Had a long green flag run, so it was fun.
So we got a couple of races now to cap off our virtual season in the state of Florida. You looking forward to that one? You've already got a Triple Crown win. We've got the final Triple Crown, of course, coming up at the end of the year.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be cool. New Smyrna and Five Flags, I believe, are the last two. Definitely two unique, interesting tracks. I don't know if I've ever even run a race in the late model stock on those two tracks, but I'm sure it'll be a fun event. Hopefully I could finish off the season here with 2 more podium finishes at least, maybe get another Triple Crown win. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, excited for those two. Definitely thank you to you guys up in the booth for putting on the production here tonight. I know you guys, it was just you and Tom, so definitely hats off to you guys for holding down the ship, and BFP for holding this league, and it's definitely been fun.
Well, that's Ryan Borges coming home with a solid top 5 run here tonight. On behalf of everybody here at the Black Flag Podcast, BFP Night in North America, we want to thank you for coming out to the virtual Milwaukee Mile. The Cheese Curd Classic comes to a close with Ryan Kuhn, in Victory Lane. Next week, we will be at the new Smyrna Speedway, still tying together a couple of details for that event. But of course, you're going to want to be here for that right here on the Black Flag Podcast Facebook page. My name is Jesse Thompson. We want to thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next Tuesday.